Hello, my name is Elizabeth, and I am a Storytime Specialist. Welcome to our virtual picture book party, featuring some of our favorite bedtime books, available to check out at the library. There will be a couple of slides for each book, but don't worry about trying to write them all down. A full list of all the books will be available on our website, arapahoelibraries.org. I'm going to have all the presenters introduce themselves as they talk about their first books. And here are the presenters for today. And I'm going to go ahead and get us started. My first book is Bedtime. It's written by Susanna Hill and illustrated by Betsy Snyder. This is my new favorite bedtime book. I love that it focuses on a mixed-race couple who are trying to help 26 children go to bed. As the title implies, it has a special focus on the alphabet. But unlike other alphabet books that spend lengthy times on each letter, this book covers a few letters per sentence. For example, we're not sleepy, sing A, B, C, D and E chant, neither are we. The children have lots of fun getting ready for bed, but finally are ready to settle down at the end. This book has a very cozy feel with a special emphasis on the love and care a family shows for each other. I would recommend this book for ages 3 to 6.
Hello, I'm Karina and I'm a Storytime Specialist. My first book is Sleep Tight, Charlie by Michael Escoffier. Michael Escoffier is a French author and children's literature is his specialization. He discovered his passion for writing and telling stories at a young age. He has written more than 80 books which have been translated worldwide. About the book, noisy animal neighbors disrupt the sleep of Charlie, the rabbit, who has an established bedtime routine which is hopelessly jumbled. Little ones will enjoy this funny read aloud because of the rabbit's confrontation with his neighbors and amping up the animal's irritating sounds. Chris DiGiacomo is a Franco-American illustrator. Her visual humor is the result of her background in the arts and the discovery of French picture books that led her into illustration. These book illustrations are fantastic and full of humorous character expressions, which will make you laugh out loud at every turn. This book has been published in French, English, Italian, German, Spanish, and Chinese.
Hi, my name is Erin, and I'm the Children and Family Library Services Department Lead. My first book is Don't Wake the Dragon by Bianca Schultz and illustrated by Samara Hardy. Shh, the dragon is finally asleep, and it's up to us, the readers, and the other characters in the book to keep them asleep, which proves to be a bit of a challenge. Schultz creates a fun interactive book that will engage your child as you are prompted to turn the page slowly, pet the dragon, knock on the doors, and shush your way through the castle's inhabitants. There is sure to be a giggle or two as you work to keep the dragon asleep. And Hardy's sweet and playful illustrations only pull you further into this fun book. The gentle lullaby in the book will encourage your child and the dragon to drift off into dreamland. A fun bedtime book for toddlers and preschoolers.
Hey everybody, my name is Michelle and I am a library specialist at our South Glen branch. Felix is a tiny tree frog who has managed to get himself a little bit lost. As he attempts to navigate his way home, he hears many unfamiliar sounds. With each page turned, the audience discovers which animal is making each noise, but poor frightened Felix has already hopped away. Will he ever find his way back to his tree, his family, and get himself a restful night's sleep? In addition to Felix's story, there are many other learning opportunities in this book. Kids can know about both the names of animals and the creative noises that they make. There's even an opportunity to count, complete with the numbers, all of the tree branches that Felix must navigate in order to find his way home. Leapfrog is part of a 4-book series written by Jane Clark and illustrated by Britta Teckentrup. All 4 books feature neon bright animals as their protagonists, are wonderfully immersive, and are designed to help little readers settle down and get ready for bed.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tina, and I'm a Storytime specialist. Dream Train, Poems for Bedtime. This picture book contains a collection of original bedtime poetry by award-winning author Sean Taylor. About the Dream Train, the author says, "So like stories and hot chocolate, poems go with bedtime. I love the simple style of writing that includes some funny and comforting little stories that are easy for little ones to understand." This book contains soothing bedtime illustrations that show us 2 children in an urban setting at twilight looking out of their apartment window. Many people struggle with the things that go bump in the night. You can read The Sleep Stealers to help calm a frightened child. Try this introduction to poetry, which is simply short stories. Talking about many of the details on each page helps give us some background knowledge to better understand what is happening in each poem. Sweet dreams.
Hello, everyone. My name is Michelle. I'm a Storytime specialist. There's a familiar call heard in many homes each night. I'm ready for my kiss. In The Kiss, that's the name of the book, 2 baby animals are looking for their nighttime kiss from their grown-ups because they are so tired. In this flip book, little Tiger appears at the beginning and little Crocodile starts looking for his kiss at the end. Illustrations, sweet, spare, and colorful by artist Polly Dunbar will make readers want to view this book multiple times while running their little fingers over the whimsical hearts, stars, and greenery. Author Owen McLaughlin brings the various savanna animals to life, like shy ostrich and clever chameleon. Aimed at kids 0 to 5, this is part of the Hedgehog and Friends series by these veteran collaborators. Readers may notice that the wise man in the moon speaks the same words of comfort to both Tiger and Crocodile. Bonus, clever surprise endings in this bedtime book.
My next book is Goodnight World, written by Nicola Edwards and illustrated by Hannah Tolson. How do you say goodnight in Mandarin, Hindi, Arabic, or Russian? This book takes you around the world as grown-ups put children to sleep and say goodnight in their language. There is a helpful pronunciation guide for each of the languages. I love the diversity of this book, as we know that people may be different, but everyone has a similar experience of going to sleep and saying goodnight. As you read this book, you can talk to your child about how your family says goodnight. I also like the rhyming text, which adds a calming element to the story. I'd recommend this book for ages 3 to 6. And if you like this book, I'd also recommend How Do You Say, Como Se Dice, and How Are You, Como Estás, which are both written and illustrated by author and illustrator Angela Dominguez.
My second book is Sleep by Barbara Herkert. Barbara Herkert is a non-fiction picture book and historical fiction writer who received a biology degree from the University of California and a master's degree in writing for children from Hamline University. Also, the author studied art and art history at the Oregon State University. About this non-fiction book, it explains that all living beings need to sleep and rest and do them in different ways, depending on where they live. There is a nice balance between explaining the human need for sleep and how our sleep cycles compare to those of animals around the world. It has a glossary and resources at the end. Illustrator Daniel Long graduated from Norwich University of the Arts in the UK. In this book, Beautiful Digital Art, the artist uses color, form, and silhouette efficiently to explicate a variety of animals within their natural habits.
How to Put an Octopus to Bed by Sherry Dusky Rinker and illustrated by Vivian Schwartz. Time for a little squiggly wiggly fun. It's bedtime and our friend Floyd, the octopus, is ready, especially if it means putting his parents to bed. From bath time, where everyone ends up soaking wet, to the frothy mess of toothbrushing time. And do you know how hard it is to put pajamas on when there are so many arms to deal with? This whimsical book has sweetness, silliness, and a bit of chaos, but makes for a fun, relatable bedtime book for kids and adults. And if you like this book, you might also enjoy Dinosaurs versus Bedtime by Bob Shea.
Help wanted, must love books. Unlike most kids, Shaylee loves bedtime, and that is mainly due to her dad being her favorite storyteller ever. But when Shaylee's dad gets a new job, a demanding one that often leaves him too distracted or tired to tell a proper story, Shaylee fires him. The next day, she hangs up a want ad, and the applicants are, let's just say that they should look and sound very familiar to anyone who loves bedtime stories. But unfortunately, none of these applicants are the right fit for the job. As Shaylee rules out each candidate and her want ad becomes funnier and funnier, she despairs of ever finding a proper replacement until the final candidate shows up and Shaylee realizes that perhaps the perfect storyteller might be right under her nose. This book will resonate with both readers and recipients of bedtime stories. It manages to deftly balance a serious message about our increasingly busy digital world with a gentle story about the importance of reading to your kids. You'll find this book at Arapahoe Libraries in the Rhymes, Songs, and Tales section.
My last book is Everything Possible by Fred Small. Everything Possible is a book based on a bedtime lullaby. The song was written by the author for a young boy who felt like he didn't fit in. His lesbian mom taught him that boys could be gentle and kind, and his schoolmates thought that boys should be tough and not show their feelings. The author's words begin by preparing us for bed. As we continue to read, the song reminds us that we can be different and have friends and be loved. The beautiful illustrations include characters of different races and abilities. This page includes a person in a wheelchair. The book also includes the story of the song and a QR code for the song. Enjoy this encouraging bedtime book.
Gray Fox in the Moonlight. Such a beautiful book. This gorgeous piece of art makes it easy to imagine nighttime in the North Woods just before winter. An embossed silhouette of gray fox against the moon adorns the cover of this special ode to nature. Open to the end papers first and see shades of silvery gray and white woodlands. A gentle scene unfolds as gray fox walks in the moonlight, so peaceful and serene. The large font size and spare script add to the quiet of the story, and the words seem to follow Gray Fox's sojourn as each page is turned. Written by Isaac Peterson and illustrated by him with the help from his daughter Ruby, this story was inspired by a nighttime trek through the woods of Alaska, where Isaac has lived all his life. Children ages 2 to 8 will happily settle under their blankets once they find out why Gray Fox is running back to her den when the moon goes down and the sun starts to rise.
My last book is Good Night, Everyone. It's written by and illustrated by Chris Hutton. In this book, all the forest animals are going to sleep, the mice, the hares, and the deer. But the little bear does not want to sleep. As Little Bear tries to get the other baby forest animals to play, he starts to realize maybe he's a little sleepy too. Finally, at the end, everyone is sound asleep. This book is soothing in multiple ways, from the color palette to the sounds of the animals snoring and sighing. I think this may be a great book to help reluctant kiddos go to sleep. I would recommend this book for ages 3 to 6. And if you like this book, check out the other books by author-illustrator Chris Hutton.
My last book is Lila Taub, Good Night by Ben Gundersheimer. Ben Gundersheimer, also known as Mr. G, is an American Latin Grammy Award-winning musician, author, activist, and educator who graduated from Amherst College and got a Master of Education at Smith College. Lila Taub means good night in Hebrew. This touching story is based on an original lullaby. It tells about the journey of a young girl who leaves home with her family in search of a better life in a new land, and also it celebrates the beauty of the natural world and the spirit of resilience in a refugee family. Noor Lee-Nagin is an Israeli illustrator who graduated from the Bezalel Academy of Arts and Design in Jerusalem. When I see this book art, I can feel the smooth girl's skin in my hands, the warmth of the fire, the moon and the stars shining on me, the spirit of nature.
My last book is Good Night, Body, Finding Calm from Head to Toe by Brittany Wynn Lee and illustrated by Borghild Fahlberg. Bedtime can bring out big emotions in kids, and sometimes it's hard for them to calm their minds and bodies down so they can drift off to sleep. Good Night Body offers a soothing bedtime routine and an age-appropriate introduction to mindfulness. Saying goodnight to your head, wishing for it to be as light as a breeze, and then moving down to your face, shoulders, arms, all the way down to your toes, with calming activities that help you relax by saying goodnight to your whole body before drifting off to a restful sleep. Lee's lyrical text and Fahlberg's soft illustrations also add to the peacefulness of this bedtime book. A perfect book for kids of all ages, especially in this busy, busy world of ours.
Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. Everyone knows that kids wish upon stars, but did you know that stars wish upon kids as well? When Clyde sees the first star in the night sky and repeats that age-old rhyme, the results are unexpected. He is awakened in the middle of the night by the very same star that he wished on. When she tells him that she's made a wish as well, and that Clyde must guess it in order for it to come true, Clyde rattles off a series of wrong guesses. Did she wish for a Frisbee? No. How about a set of checkers? Also, no. Maybe she wished for walkie-talkies? Eventually, Clyde realizes that he and his star had both wished for a friend. This sweet story wraps up with the pair playing with all of the toys previously suggested. And to quote the last page, they were never lonely again. Although this book technically isn't about going to bed, it does take place during the night, which is why it's my final choice. It is also a brand new collaboration between two of my favorite picture book authors. The writer is Drew Daywalt, the author of The Day the Crayons Quit, and the illustrator is Molly Idle, who wrote both the Flora and Her Feathered Friends series and the T-Rex series. And really, it's Molly Idle's wonderful illustrations that bring this story to life. Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Kid is filled with gorgeous nighttime colors, realistic kid expressions, and a timeless message. I recommend it for ages 5 and up.
It's time for bad. These are Rooster's opening lines in Todd Parr's The Bedtime Book. Rooster begins by calmly stating the evening's message, but the animal friends are not quite ready. Each humorous page displays a colorful animal explaining in Parr's signature font. I mean, who has their own font? And they're varied in somewhat valid justifications for not being in bed. The excuses begin to grate on Rooster's nerves, and the words on the page get bigger as Rooster gets more upset. Oh my, while there's not much of a serious plot, this book is a page turner, just like his 40+ other books. All of them Storytime favorites that get to the heart of growing up. Let's hope this best-selling author and illustrator continues spreading goodwill in this wonderful series. Why do you need to sleep? Kids ages 4 to 8 will find out on the last page. Oh boy, now that I'm thinking about it, perhaps you don't want to read this book to your children. It might give them new ideas on why they are not ready for bed.
Okay, that's all we have. Thank you for joining us. Please visit the 0 to 5 page on our website for more book recommendations and resources to help your child with bedtime. See you next time.